Hey everybody, it's me Malanka on my healing journey of divorcing a narcissist. Today's video starts us off on September 3rd of 2020. For whatever reason, the following day after our four-way meeting, Kyle was still extremely angry at when he dropped the kids off. When he pulled into the parking lot where my mom was parked, he was going pretty fast, and he apparently stopped very abruptly right in front of my mom's SUV. My mom was progressively getting scared to do exchanges because she didn't know what to expect. And when my dad wasn't out of town, he would attend with her just to give her the support that she needed. On September 8th of 2020, which was after a weekend the kids were with their dad, I had noticed that before that weekend I had painted both the kids' nails, and I had noticed on this day that our son's nail polish was gone. And I had asked him what happened, and he said that Daddy took it off and told me that boys don't wear nail polish. My son was so upset and so hurt. He didn't want to paint them again. Till I said, you know what? There's nothing wrong with boys painting their nails. Go pick out a color and we're going to go paint your Gija's nails. So he picked out a color. It was a dark blue. And we went upstairs, and my dad was sitting on the couch with his feet, he was reclined and his feet were up, and we painted my dad's toenails dark blue to show my son that he can paint his nails if he wanted. There is no reason to be ashamed to paint your nails, and if boys want to paint their nails, that's completely fine. Had a little bit of a battle after that part because my ex was being an ass and was shaming our son for painting his nails. It actually got to the point that I actually used Gel Moment on my nails. I need to redo them. I haven't done them since before Christmas. But I used Gel Moment, and now my son will ask for his nails to be painted in that because his dad tried to take that Gel Moment nail polish off with normal nail polish remover, which doesn't work. So my son actually feels a little bit more confident in, do you know what, I want to do this, and Daddy can't shame me for doing it, and he can't take it off. And it gives him a little bit more confidence in himself, in what he wants. I know that probably stirred the pot a little bit with Kyle, but the fact that he shamed our son for doing something that he wanted to do was way out of line, and I stood my ground for my son's sake, and he can feel a little bit more confident in himself and what he wants. And I would do it again, and I still do it, and I would do it any day, every day for my son's sake. September 10th of 2020. Now, during our four-way meeting with the lawyers, Kyle disclosed that he had shoulder surgery scheduled for September 10th, which he didn't tell me ahead of time, so I had already made plans. We already agreed to certain weekends, and all of a sudden things were going to have to change. So Kyle had shoulder surgery on this day, and it was also our son's first day of preschool. Both kids were exhausted as usual. The following day, I finally made the decision to report Kyle for the sexual assault that occurred on December 5th of 2019. I was extremely trauma bonded to Kyle. I was terrified of him, scared of what might happen if I ended up speaking up. But at this point in my life, I was away from him. I had the protection order. He was starting to fight me against that protection order and was threatening to or was trying to get it set aside, and in his affidavit to try and get it set aside, he denied the sexual assaults. And at that point, I said, enough is enough. He needs to face what he's done to me, and he needs to be held accountable for it. And I, at that point, decided that I needed to finally stand my ground, show my kids that they should never be scared to speak up for their safety and for others and for themselves. And I went in, I made the phone call to the police and made my report, and that was very hard for me. The following day, I received a phone call from the RCMP setting up an appointment for the following day, which was September 13th, which was the day after what would have been our 5th anniversary. And so for me to go in and give my statement to the police, which was recorded, and I did it. It was not easy. Sadly, I didn't have any supports when I went in. My mom had to stay home and watch our children, or my children, and I had to go in, and it wasn't an easy thing to do, but it started a long process, but we got to a certain point, and I'm hoping that it'll continue and help protect my children, and we'll see what ends up coming from his probation. But yeah, that was a really hard step forward, but I had to make it. I'm gonna have to end the video now. I hope everyone stays safe, enjoy life, and don't ever be afraid to stand up for yourself and to speak up. I know it's not easy. And I know that the end result might not be what you want, but standing up and speaking up is the first step, and I recommend it. Take care, everyone. Bye.